Hi, family. Welcome into today's broadcast of You Are Enough, and I'm your host, Prophetess Nikki. In today's video, I want to give you some motivation and I want to give you some encouragement because so many people now are terrified. You know, people are terrified of you because you know who you are. You are such a threat. You are a threat to people now because now you know who you really are. You are a threat to the world. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. When you don't know who you are, family, people can do anything to you and you not know it. They can pull anything over your head. They can pull the wool over your eyes. But in this season of your life, you have awakened. You have spiritually awakened. See, this is why God has had you alone. This is why God has had you in a season of isolation. This is why you felt so lonely. And this is why God has removed so many people who were once a part of your life. These people were not beneficial to you. And if people are not beneficial to you, I don't care how much you want them to stay, they're not going to be able to stay. I don't care how much you pray them to stay, they still are going to run away from your life because God didn't call them to be a futuristic part of your life. People are terrified of you. They are. People are so afraid of you. People reverence you. They respect who you are. They respect your name when they hear it. And when they see you walk in a room, when they see you grace their presence, they are terrified. People are fearful because they're wondering what is going to happen to them for all the things that they've done against you. Now that your eyes are completely open, now that your spiritual eyes are 100% open, people right now are wondering, what do you know? How long have you known it? And now what is going to happen to them? People are asking themselves these questions because they're terrified. They are literally fearful. They are literally having nightmares. Your face is coming before people who have done you wrong. This is what God does. See, this is why God tells you not to touch his anointed and do his prophet no harm. You're not going to have any peace. You're not going to have any rest. And you're not going to be able to sleep. You will close your eyes and you will go to bed, but you're not going to be able to sleep. I'm talking about the people who have done so many horrible things against you. And you held your peace. You didn't fight the way people thought you would fight. People did their best to trigger you to anger so you can act out of character, so you can walk out of your integrity, so they can point the finger at you and show people that you are the person with that nasty, ugly attitude that they always said that you were, but you've proven people wrong. When you be quiet, when you keep your mouth closed, and when you stay silent, this is very powerful. You are a threat to anybody. You are a threat to the world. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness when you find out who you are. When you don't know who you are, you will accept anything in life. You will tolerate anything in life. You'll tolerate it from anybody because you don't know who you are. To those who are accepting poor treatment, you don't know who you are. And don't get offended. Just listen, because we're here to help you along your journey so that you can know who you are, so you don't tolerate things and people that you're not supposed to. God didn't call you to be tolerated. He called you to be celebrated. And to the people who don't celebrate you, who are tolerating you, you need to remove yourself from this situation. People hate when you figure out who you are. When you begin to walk in your own kingdom authority, when you really and truly and honestly begin to walk into your power, people are afraid because they know they can't mishandle you. Have you ever witnessed people being mistreated? Have you ever witnessed a man speaking disrespectful to his wife? Or have you ever witnessed a wife being dishonorable to her husband, or whatever the situation was that you did witness? As long as you witnessed mistreatment, how did it make you feel? How did that make you feel? It made you feel a little angry, didn't it? And maybe you've asked yourself the question, why does she tolerate that? Why does he tolerate that? People tolerate because they don't know who they are. They think they deserve it. They think they're not worthy to be treated well. People think they're not worthy to be treated good. When God put you alone, when God snatch you out of the company of people, when God pulled you out, he set you apart because God was doing everything that he could do, family, so you wouldn't go into the next chapter of your life still broken, still fragmented, and still bleeding. You're healing if you're not already healed. This is why people are terrified. I mean, people are literally terrified. People are literally afraid of who you are because now they know you are the anointed one. People know you are it. You are the it girl. You are the it boy. You are the it person. You are that chosen vessel that you can't touch and not get a repercussion. People are going to get some repercussions even when they think negative about you, when they talk negative about you, and when they put their hands on you, meaning devising plans, plots, and schemes on how to destroy your life. Their life is the one that's going to be destroyed. I don't care who comes for you. It doesn't matter what plan that people set in motion for you. That's all it's going to do. It's going to be set in motion, but it's not going to come nigh your dwelling place because God made you a promise. He said it will not come nigh your dwelling place. It's going to backfire on people every time. This is why it's so important for you to get alone. If you're alone, honor the time that you are there. Don't despise the season of loneliness. Don't despise the season of isolation. Don't despise that season that God has you being sanctified, setting you apart, because he wants you to know who you are. You have to know who you are so you can know what you deserve. If you don't know what you deserve, you're going to always accept things that God don't want you to accept. You're going to always tolerate disrespect. You're going to always tolerate ugly people. You're going to always tolerate people talking down to you because you feel like some part of you deserves that. And I'm here today to confirm you don't deserve for anybody to dishonor you, to disrespect you, who don't treat you as God's chosen person. You got to shake this stuff off. You got to shake it off before you go into the next season. If you want more, you got to shake this lowness off. This thinking, this negative mentality that you have, your low self-esteem. God has you in this place so that he can purge all of these things out of your spirit, out of your soulish realm. Because remember, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. And the issues of life flows out of the heart. This is where the life issues come from. It comes from the heart. Things that are undealt with. God said you're going to have to deal with this. You have to confront these issues. You have to confront your pain. You got to confront your betrayal because you'll never be able to conquer it. You got to identify that this is part of you that you need to change, that you want to change. You got to identify that. And once you identify it, you got to confront it. You got to hit it head on. And now you're ready to conquer it. You're going to conquer it. You're going to conquer it. You are a threat to anybody. You are a threat to everybody on this planet when you know who you are. Because they know. People know. See, this is why people hate for you to change. Because they know they can't mislead you down a rabbit hole. People hate to see you glow up. People hate to see you make it. People hate to see you leave them behind. People hate to see you change the way you think. People hate to see you change the way you live your life. They hate the better relationship that you have with God. People hate for you to transform. People hate for you to change because you're going to leave them behind. And they know they have no more control over you. They know no matter what they try to do to deceive you, to manipulate you, you are not going to go forward. You are feared. You are respected. And people are terrified of you. People are having nightmares because of the mistreatment that they have given to God's chosen, to God's elect. It doesn't matter what the devil forms. It does not matter. But God said it'll form, but it said it won't prosper. Whatever people send out to do to you is not going to prosper. You got to stay hooked up to God. You got to stay close to God as you possibly can. And heighten your prayer life. If you're praying, thank God you're praying. Pray a little bit more because the challenge is when you get what God has for you. That's the biggest challenge. It's not just the tests, the trials that we go through with, but the biggest challenge that we all will ever face is when God give you that, what you have been asking him for. How are you going to act? What kind of attitude are you going to have toward the same people? Now, let me tell you something about God. Now, God going to put you in the face of the same people who mistreated you. You know why? Because he wants to see how you're going to react. He wants to see how you're going to respond. And you have to respond in love no matter what. Remember, family, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to be reconciled to a person. Just forgive, but you don't have to be reconciled. People are terrified, and people hate when you change. They hate when you find out who you are, because you are not a person to be taken advantage of anymore, and people don't like it. So get used to that. Know what comes with being favored. Good things come with being favored by God. Great things come, great opportunities, but you have to look at the other side of the coin. You're going to take some heat for being favored. You're going to take resentment. You got to be able to take a licking and keep on ticking. People are not happy for you. Everybody's not happy for your glow up. Everybody's not happy for your come up. Everybody is not happy for you changing your life. People are not happy. Not all of them. You'll know who they are because they're going to be distant towards you. They are. They're going to pull away from you. They're going to find every excuse in the world not to deal with you because they hate you've changed. And now they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to try to make you feel bad, like you think you're better. No, you don't think you're better. You want better. They're going to tell you. You think you're better than us. You think you're better than me. No, you don't think you're better, family. So don't let the devil condemn you. You want better, but they already know it. See, this is a guilt trip. If you haven't changed, you're going to fall back into this place. Thank y'all for tuning into our broadcast of You Are Enough. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Nikki McCray. Don't get scammed on our channel. I'm not reaching out to anybody. Anything you need to know about me is in the description box of our videos. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.